Frontline Updates, where we delve deep into military strategies and updates from conflict zones. Today, we're discussing the progress of the ongoing special military operation as of August 19, 2024. I'm your host, Sharifa Muhammad, MGT.
I'm Colonel AUC Oguntoye, an infantry officer. Artillery and airstrikes. The Russian forces conducted extensive artillery and airstrikes, targeting concentrations of enemy manpower and military equipment across 147 areas.
Welcome to Frontline Updates podcast. With us is Colonel AUC Oguntoye, who's here to provide an update on the special military operation as of August 19, 2024. Colonel, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Colonel, can you start by giving us an overview of today's operations?
Yes, of course. The Russian armed forces continue their special military operation across multiple fronts. Today, significant actions have been reported in the Volchansk and Liptsov directions, where our North Group of forces has effectively engaged enemy units, resulting in substantial losses for the Ukrainian forces.
Could you detail the losses inflicted on Ukrainian forces in these areas?
In the Kharkiv region, particularly around Staritsa, Okremovka, and Volchansk, our forces have neutralized 170 Ukrainian servicemen. We've also destroyed a tank, 2 infantry fighting vehicles, and various artillery pieces, including a significant UAV warehouse which has been a strategic target.
Moving westwards, how have the operations unfolded there?
In the west, our forces took more advantageous positions around Glushkovka and other critical areas. We've repelled counterattacks and inflicted heavy casualties, with up to 535 Ukrainian servicemen lost. Additionally, significant artillery and armored vehicles were destroyed, enhancing our strategic advantage in these areas.
And in the southern sector, what advances have been made?
The southern group has improved our tactical situation significantly. Notably, we liberated the Vyemka railway station, a crucial logistical point. Losses on the Ukrainian side included up to 570 servicemen and several heavy artillery units damaged or destroyed during our counter-battery fire.
What can you tell us about the center and eastern group operations?
In the center, our forces liberated one of the large settlements in the Dzerzhinsky agglomeration, Artemovo. We've successfully repelled 8 counterattacks by various Ukrainian brigades, leading to more than 495 Ukrainian servicemen being neutralized. In the east, our actions have led to the loss of up to 90 Ukrainian servicemen and the destruction of significant artillery assets, including the 155mm self-propelled artillery unit Bogdana.
With such extensive operations, how effective has the Russian air defense been in countering threats?
Our air defense systems have been highly effective. Just today, we've shot down a French-made hammered guided bomb, 26 MRS rockets, and 49 UAVs, which shows our capability to protect our forces and critical infrastructure from aerial threats.
Finally, Colonel, could you summarize the cumulative impact of these operations since they began?
Since the operation commenced, we've achieved substantial results. The totals include the destruction of 639 aircraft, over 30,000 UAVs, and thousands of tanks and artillery pieces. These figures underscore the scale of our commitment and capability in this operation.
With such intense, ongoing operations, how about the losses of the Ukrainian armed forces in the Kursk region?
Despite the fact that from the first day of the operation, the Ukrainian side has been overstating its own successes, understating losses, and doing everything according to the classics of information warfare, it is impossible to escape from reality. Since August 18th, there have been reports of activity by units of the 54th Separate Mechanized Brigade in the border area. Previously, this unit was stationed near Seversk and in the Belgorovka area, and was based in Kramatorsk/Slavyansk. If the presence of the brigade's units in the Kursk region is confirmed, this will mean that the price that SYRSKY is paying for this raid on the borderland is beginning to grow exponentially. And this will also mean that the 82nd Air Assault Brigade and other units of the breakthrough forces did not complete their mission.
As we conclude, why did the Ukrainian armed forces target bridges in the Kursk region?
The attacks on the bridges in Glushkov, Zvanoy, and Kuriz are not being carried out without a reason. It is quite possible that the Ukrainian armed forces will try to organize a new direction of attack in this area, since the main plan of entering through the Koronevsky district has begun to stall.
As we wrap up, there are two possible options, and how much more strength and more technology are needed to control their objective?
There are two potential attack scenarios being considered. The first involves attacking RYLSK from the other side, bypassing Koronev. There is a highway from Tyatkino through Kuriz, Zvanoy, and Glushkovo that leads to RYLSK and spans a little over 55 kilometers. The second scenario entails a diversionary attack through Tyatkino following the Sudzan scenario, as well as a repeated attack on Koronevo from the southwest rather than the southeast. This is a difficult undertaking as the section is 30 to 35 kilometers wide. It is uncertain whether the Ukrainian armed forces will try to break through to RYLSK here, but if the strike takes shape, the central route R44 and T1906 road through the border town of Balapoli will likely be utilized.
Colonel, thank you for providing such a detailed briefing on the current military situation. Your insights are invaluable to our understanding of the conflict's dynamics. And thank you to our listeners for tuning in. Join us next time as we continue to provide up-to-date coverage on global military affairs. Stay with us for more updates and expert analyses on global defense and security issues. Stay informed, stay secure.
It's my duty. Thank you for having me on your program. Israel's military says its soldiers are operating in central Deir el-Balah, which has so far largely been spared from ground fighting, further forcing Palestinians into just 11% of the Gaza Strip. Israeli forces wounded a Palestinian journalist who was covering the expanding ground invasion of Khan Yunis in southern Gaza after shooting her in the back.